Hi and welcome back to our channel. I'll be giving you a review on the European Princess Handheld Garment Steamer. The garment steamer comes with a few accessories, but I'll go over them as I unbox them. This is the actual handheld steamer without the bottle attached to it. And right here is the adjustable steam settings and the lockable steam button. With it comes a card, and on the card it shows the handheld garment steamer and how to use it and the different materials that it's good for. This is the large water tank of 260 milliliters. And here is the brush that comes with it as well, that you can use it to help keep the distance from the actual fabric that you are steaming. This is the adapter for the water bottle when you're using a water bottle instead of the bottle provided with it. This is also for you can hear my dog in the background. I apologize. The last item I showed you is for steaming shirts and pockets and lapels, pin areas. The information card comes with it, comes in English and several other European languages. So it doesn't matter if you're European or not, you should be fine. But it's pretty easy to use. It's pretty much just plug and play. This steamer is ready to use in 40 seconds. After you plug it in, you just wait, you turn it on, and the light will illuminate and change color, which I'll also show later. In addition to being ready to use in 40 seconds, it's continuous for 25 minutes. So you can steam for a longer period of time. It says that it has 2 steam settings to adjust the steam output. Right here I'm showing you the bottom of the container, which is where you will fill the large water tank for it. I ended up, as you see later in the video, I'll show you how I'll steam a curtain and a shirt, and I'll let you know approximately how long it takes to steam with a full container. It took me about 25 minutes to go through that entire bottle. When connecting the large bottle to the handheld steamer, you connect it by pushing it up and turning it half turn clockwise, and it just locks in place. And it's really simple and easy. And you should feel the turn, you should feel it sticking when you get to the locking mechanism to make sure it holds in place. So back to its features. In addition to the 2 steam settings to adjust the steam and output, it also, as I mentioned earlier, has a 260 milliliter detachable water tank, which is easy to refill, and also you can also use a aftermarket water bottle, just like your regular Deer Park water, Aquafina water bottle. Those also work on here as well. It's lockable steam button to steam for a longer period of time. So if you get tired of pushing the button, holding down the button as you're steaming, you can just lock it in place. I mentioned that earlier. It has an automatic shut off after 8 minutes of no use. So if you sit it down and get busy and you forget, it'll turn off on its own. As you see here, when you push the button initially, if it's not ready, it comes on initially red, and then it flashes red, blue, and green. When it's ready to use, it turns green. And as I wait for that to heat up, I actually walked off camera to take care of some things. So I'm sitting it here so you can see how long it takes to heat up, while I continue to grab other things and make sure that I'm ready. And this is the brush applicator that goes with the steamer. I'm going to try it when I do these curtains, but later on you'll see that I took it off. The curtains are actually harder to do than I imagined at first, but it just easily snaps on. And yeah, and I'll be back. Alright, so it's been a couple minutes. I actually walked away for more than a minute or two, but as you see that the light is, as soon as I pushed it and woke it back up because it was in sweep mode, it went right to green to let me know it's ready to go. And we're going to steam to see how this works. So I'm just taking I'm not even pressing hard, and there's nothing behind it. These curtains are just laying flat, and I'm just going over it. I initially bought this steamer because I was having a hard time finding a dry cleaner with a reasonable price to press my wedding dress. So I bought the steamer to see if it would work, and it actually did. And I steamed my entire wedding dress in an hour, and it came out perfect. And it was a lot cheaper than taking it to the cleaners. So I actually paid about $29 for this, and I didn't catch it on sale, but I did purchase it in 2020. So it does take some patience when steam cleaning, especially a large item like this. And yeah, I just went inch by inch. So throughout this video, you'll see I'm going to move to the different colors of curtains with the different materials, so that you can see how easily it does or doesn't steam. So this was seeming to work not as well as I thought it should. So I went and grabbed a towel so I could have something to press to help keep it firmly pressed against the material, hoping that it was steaming a little bit faster and a little bit better, because just gliding along with no support on the back didn't seem to be helping very much. So you can see that it actually does help a little bit more if you have something to press it against. But while doing this, I also thought about, why don't I just do this with an iron if this is a reason, because some of the irons that they have out there have a very high steam setting, and I don't know, perhaps I could have just did that, or even just thrown them in the dryer on the wrinkle-free cycle, who knows. But as you see, maybe you can see the difference a little bit from the right side where I started with the towel to the other areas that I went over previously when I didn't have the towel. While it seems like I'm putting wrinkles in it by holding the towel on it, when I release, you'll see that those wrinkles go away, and it actually works a lot better. So as I moved on, this is a different texture of curtain. I'm not really trying, so this is one of those curtains that comes with that kind of wrinkle look already. I forgot what the texture is called. So I'm not necessarily trying to get all of the fine wrinkles out, but if you look towards the middle of the curtain going from left to right, you'll see that that deep crease. When we moved here, they were folded and they weren't folded properly. The movers did it, and so we have these deep creases going to the side. They don't really bother me. We've been here for a while and I don't really sit and stare at the curtains, but I figured since I had this steamer, I figured I'd see if I can get some of those creases out to make it look a little better. Although we don't really have a lot of items over there, these curtains are purely just to keep out some of the sunlight, because we're in Germany and the sun is up for a long time in the summertime. So we just need to block out a lot of that sun. But I did notice when our son went to the prom last year, we used it as a backdrop. And I was very irritated later when I looked at the photos and I saw those wrinkles in the curtain. Some things I'm a little nitpicky about, and when it comes to pictures, that's definitely one of the things I'm more nitpicky about. So, and I'll just let you continue to watch some of this video of the remaining time of me trying to steam clean this one before I move on to another curtain. So this black curtain is a blackout curtain, and it's definitely heavier than the past two curtains that I just tried to steam. So the blue one is the lightest. The gray is about I guess a middleweight, and then the black curtain is definitely the heaviest of the three, and it's also the only blackout curtain that's up here for this example. And as you can see, I'm going through the same process, and I've put the towel down. So I'm trying this one again first without the towel, and then later on I think I go back and try it with the towel as well. In total time, I spent about 25 minutes doing this. My intent was to get all of them steamed to see if I can get all of the wrinkles out, but as time went on, I realized how time consuming this was, and I didn't want to do it anymore. But it was about 25 minutes before the bottle ran out of water.
Say Nani.
So although I've done the other curtain like this already, when I realized that's me looking at the clock to verify how long it's been taking for the water, for me to use all of the water in there. And for the majority of the time, I was holding down the steam button, and then I think after about 8 minutes in, I put it on the lock function, so I didn't have to hold it anymore. So back to this curtain. While I did do the other curtain exactly like this, I went ahead and did this one because it had a lot more wrinkles in it, and I wanted you to be able to see as much as possible how it was working at getting those wrinkles out. So I'm gonna just let you watch this, and then we'll move on. So as I'm finishing up with this one, you can I started specifically in the areas in the middle of the wrinkles, so you could see how fast and how effective this was at actually getting out some of those wrinkles. And it actually works very well, and I actually do like it. It's just extremely time consuming. This video actually took me about 3 weeks to do because I was doing other things in between, so I had to stop and go back, and eventually I just gave up. I was like, I'm not going to do it. But I did want you to see the difference. So the bottom here is, if you remember, the middle looked how this bottom left-hand corner looked. So right now it's making this weird ticking noise, like so to let you know that it's out of water, or it's running out of water. Okay, continuing with this steamer review. This is about maybe a week and a half later. My husband kept reminding me that I needed to do this, review the steamer on actual garment. Well, that was our son. He had to come and ask me a question. He's putting something in the crock pot. In the slow cooker, so he had to ask a question. We're trying to make sure that he has a lot of experience cooking before he moves out. He'll be 18 in a couple of months, and I'm really nervous about that. But anyway, going back to the shirt. So just steaming one of his shirts so you can see the difference, since we've already done the curtains, and I felt like the light was a lot better on this side of the house. Forgive my shirt for being inside out. I kind of just threw this on because my husband asked me about this video for like the 30th time, and I was just like, ah. So I just grabbed something and threw a shirt on and went right to work. As I checked the timer, as you saw when we looking back, I was checking the clock to see what time it was when I started, and I'm just going over this. While the movements are a lot faster than I was moving when I was steaming the curtains, it's still working really well. You can already see the difference on the left side of the shirt versus the right side of the shirt for the wrinkles. But overall, I think it's a great purchase, and it's really compact. So if you want to travel with it, I think it's great for someone who's traveling. And again, if it's European, this was a 220 version. So if you need 110, I don't know if they make a 110 version, but if they don't, I mean, they sell converters. But since we're in Europe and we travel quite a lot, we just went ahead and kept it. My husband is one who irons no matter where we go, no matter what he's wearing. And since my clothes are a little more fitted, most of my wrinkles get smoothed out anyway, but his not so much. So this would be a great tool for him when we go TDY, because it's smaller than an iron, but it's quite effective, and it gets everything done. And because it has an automatic shut off and it works seemingly fast, it's pretty good. So this is the accessory that I mentioned earlier that comes with it when you're doing garments. So this is so that you can hold the sleeve straight, or you can put it under the collar, which I think I'll show you later on, so that when you're steaming it, you can make sure that you can get the tip without burning yourself. And you can also make sure that you have the material laid out, and actually still get every area, and make sure that you're still good to go. So what I do like about a steamer versus an iron is that even if you're holding it and those wrinkles are still there, the steamer still steam those irons out. If you have that wrinkle there and you put an iron over it, then you just iron that wrinkle in. So I do like that compared to the iron. But again, I don't know, compared to ironing, I think it's about maybe it's a little faster. I'm not really sure. I don't iron as much. I wear a uniform to work, and my uniform doesn't require me to really iron out the wrinkles as much, because I take it usually straight out the dryer and hang it up, so I don't really have that problem. And it doesn't require that pressed look, because I'm in the military, so I don't really have to worry about that. While some still do press their uniforms, I'm not one that presses mine. I used to, but that was many years ago. But yeah, and I'm just continuously going over this just to see how quick and easy it is. And I think I ended up taking 15 minutes using the entire time an entire bottle of water, and I used it on the continuous steam setting. But I did that for the purpose of this video. I think if I was actually in a hurry, I could have done it a lot faster, but no faster than maybe 10 minutes. But I think, yeah, if you're ironing a shirt, I think you could probably iron a whole shirt in 5 minutes or less, or definitely less than 10 minutes, the time that it takes this. So compared to an iron, if you're considering that, the iron is the definite way to go. But if you're looking for a travel size steamer that works very well, that's, I guess this is considered inexpensive because it's under $30. I think this works well. So once again, as my video is coming to an end, I just want to say thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.